Coach, the pace of play, did you want to play at that pace at the start to think you could wear them down?
Well, you know what, I was a little bit, normally I would want to play faster, but with, you know, looking and saying, okay, Dev, you know, he's going to have to play 38. I mean, we played him 40 the other night. I didn't want to play him 40 today. 38's a lot, and I knew they would come after him, and they're a big, strong, physical, athletic team. So we didn't want to play nuts early, but you know, our game is to go and to give people opportunities in transition. So we weren't afraid to do that.
Fran, why did you want to bring Darius Stokes aboard, and why did he want to come here when he could have gone elsewhere and played a little bit more right away?
Well, you know, it's interesting because, you know, we've talked about this before. When I got the job, you're not sure for about 2 or 3 months what you have on your own team, let alone what you might need in recruiting. So I knew we needed help, and you know, I made a trip up to Cedar Rapids to see Marcus Page because I know he was going to be a priority. And Darius was playing. He played great. The night I was there, he played great. And of course, I remembered his dad, and I talked to the coaches up there and said, you know, what's he doing? Well, he's got some things, but he's not sure. And I said, well, you know, he can play for me. I mean, based on what I saw, you know, he can play for me. And that's why we redshirted him last year, because I think he's got a chance. You know, I don't look at him as a walk-on that's just, you're going to run the other team's offense. He's somebody that has some definite talent and character. So he's very cerebral, came out of a great program. And in the situation that we were in, you know, if I asked Eric May to go today, he would have gone. And anybody that's seen him the last 3 games knows he's not even close to being himself. So we just need to give him time to heal. And so we told Darius to play with energy and use your size and get on the glass. And 2 big rebounds, 1 was a putback. But I remember, to go back to your specifically answering your question, we invited him down with his parents for a visit. And they offered him the opportunity. And they said, well, we'll think about it. And he said, no, we're not going to think about it. He said, I've always wanted to be a Hawk. That was done right there.
How close would you put Bryce and Eric to possibly being back Thursday?
They're both real close. Real close. Eric felt a little bit better today for really the first time. See how he does tomorrow. Bryce is substantially better than he was a couple, 3 days ago. He still might be 1 or 2 games away, but you know, he's doing things today that he wasn't doing yesterday, and that's the encouraging thing. He's progressing at a good pace.
How beneficial is it for the long run when you get guys like Darius, like Brandon, some time to get in there in a big game environment?
Well, the thing about those two in particular, they're smart, you know, so they understand what it means to play to your strengths and away from your weaknesses in a situation like that, and understand what are we trying to do. And so I trust those guys. You know, they devour the scouting report, and they come early and they stay late, they play all summer, and they work in the weight room. So, you know, they want the opportunity. I mean, I think any walk-on that joins any team hopes that one day he gets his number called. And sometimes it never comes. Well, it came today.
Two more questions. With Bryce out and all that, how much does it help playing at home? I mean, this obviously wasn't the same.
Well, I think it really helped our energy level, especially when they made the run. You know, we had some guys that were pretty tired out there. I thought Aaron White and Marvel in particular. Gatons can play, he can play 80 minutes, but you know, Josh was sucked to win pretty good there too. But he really battled. I'm really proud of him too.
The first time you guys played, Indiana had 58 points in the paint. Today, you outscored them in the paint. Can you just talk about the difference there?
Well, obviously it was a focal point coming into the game. You know, we did a pretty good job on Zeller, I think. But the other thing we did was we kept the ball out of the paint off penetration. And I think that's the critical thing, because once Oladipo or Jones or Hulls turn the corner on you, and there's a help up or there's a help off the wing, that's where they kill you. So we tried to make sure that didn't happen. We did a good job with that today.
Okay.
Thank you.